What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Novichenko Whips YouTube channel. Today we're gonna do a quick fluid extraction and refill on my 2018 F150 Raptor rear differential. I've got a whine that's developed. The truck only has 40k miles. I'm like second owner. Ford quality, built Ford tough on the owners, something like that. You gotta laugh so you don't cry. Anyway, we're gonna need to, before we think about doing a pinion bearing, which is probably what's making the noise, I'm gonna do a fluid change and see what happens. I don't wanna take off the diff cover because then you have to reseal it. I'm gonna try to get a little suction tool in there. I'll show that to you in a second, and we'll see if we can take the fluid out and put new fluid in, and we'll drive around and see if the whine goes away. Thanks for tuning in. It up on the ramps for better access. Someone will say it's not good for getting the most perfect quantity in there, but honestly, the fill hole, I'd rather fill a little more because I've had to previously, when I checked my fluid level, it was a little bit low, not by a lot at all, but I'd rather put more in if I can. Let me show you my quick tool. So super homemade drill pump, super simple. Pretty much put a drill on it, stick one end into the diff, the other end into some kind of draining tank or container, and just try to get as much fluid as I can out of there. Do not run dry. Gotcha. Let's get under there. Okay. Here's our rear diff, as you might notice. No drain plug. I've seen people tap a drain right here. I don't think you can really do it in the cover because it's very thin. But here's the fill hole. So what I meant is, you know, people want the truck perfectly level to get the perfect amount. But honestly, a couple degrees up and back, it's not going to be a huge difference. Let me take that off and we'll see if there's even level right now. And we'll go through there. My fluid is not hot. I drove a little while ago, but I still should be fine in terms of getting it out. Here's what we're gonna use: the good old Mercon 80W90 for the premium rear axle lubricant. Let's see what comes out of here. I don't have any spare clear drain containers, otherwise we'd be able to see how dirty the fluid is, but from what I see online, these Fords definitely need their diff fluids changed at like this 40k mark. It's not crazy bad, but again, it's not super clean, and here's what the plug looks like. So let's wipe this off. Definitely some crud on there. Good thing it's a magnetic plug, and seeing all that stuff on there is not crazy shocking. But again, anytime if you've changed a plug in like a transmission, certain cars or diffs, they're usually magnetic and they do catch debris. Yes, it would extract more fluid and stuff to remove the full diff cover, but I don't have time to do that today, to be completely honest, and so let's hope for the best. Another interesting fact is a lot of these bearings from factory, people will say, oh yeah, they're hand built or they're hand assembled, or these diffs are hand assembled, but sometimes if a bearing doesn't fit, they'll do a shortcut. They won't even press it in, they'll just hammer it into place. And you can't hammer bearings because it ruins them. It might run for I don't know, 10, 15K miles, 20K miles, 30, 40 in this case, and then it just starts eating itself and making a lot of noise, so to speak, right? So let's see if I can shove this in here and start extracting some fluid. Just gonna direct our flow.
Looks like fluid heading our way.
Okay, here's our fluid and what it looks like, but that was already a dirty container, so let's not blame strictly the F150 Raptor diff, but we're gonna move on and start filling in as much of this stuff as fits, and then we will drive it tomorrow. I got a long trip, 60 miles one direction, 60 miles back. We'll see if my diff noise improves. I'll get you guys a sound clip. This is to put in there. We were able to put in almost 2 quarts of the Mercon, and so I'll get her down and I'll drive her and I'll let you guys know. Quick tip: if you get some oil on the floor, oil eater, either the dry or liquid stuff, does wonders. I used to have big oil spills here, much bigger than that, mostly working on other people's cars, and it was really annoying me, so I just went and did a bunch of oil eater. It helps. I wanted to take a minute and look under the truck and see if we have any like frame rust. It's kind of been a winter beater for me, or just in general, like my daily that I drive all the time, and it gets parked outside a lot because the garage is always full of project cars. So let's get under there as well and see what's going on. Okay, I mean, that's nothing, but I knew that my front diff is kind of seepaging. I did top off the oil recently, but it's not pretty, and everyone says this is a common issue on these Fords. I'm a Ford truck man. I ain't got no boundaries. Oil leaking everywhere. Yeah, it's quite annoying. It started to come out of everywhere. Sheesh, Ford. Get your stuff together. Make some reliable stuff, man. Get some good seals on this guy. Let's look at the transfer case. Is the transfer case dry? Ugh. I mean, it looks pretty good, all things considered. I wonder if there's any like greasing or oiling you need to do. I don't see any grease or oil spots in terms of trying to improve. I see a couple rusty spots on the rear diff. I'm probably gonna hose down some of this stuff with brake clean. If you like my trombone SPD, get one. And then we'll just spray it and see what we can do. Yeah, I'm definitely in the future wise gonna have to check the front diff fluid level again. From the looks of it, the rears of the trucks usually suffer the most in grime. So this mount in the back for the leaf springs and my little, you can see, right? But this mount was probably the most cruddy. So I sprayed them on both sides. And anything else I saw back here. I'll do one more once over and we'll move on. Concerning my noise, I have the rear window open and you might hear a nice little hum coming from the back. I can even close the rear window and you can still hear it quite a bit in the cabin. Trying to test out this new head rig. It's kind of nice. I used to have it in front of my face, and now it's on my forehead. This guy is pulling a concrete barrier on his Jeep. That's pretty cool. You can hear on and off throttle, it's kind of a different volume of noise with this pilot bearing, or whatever you want to call it, drive shaft bearing in the rear diff. So yeah, on decel and on like very, very light throttle, it makes a different sound, like a slightly different sound. Presumably it's a different load on the bearing, whether you're loading it up with throttle or loading in the, let's say, another way with decel. Anyway, let's find a spot to pass this guy. Looks like he's taking a little exit. Being tailgated by some kind of guy in a work van. Just trying to get out of there. Definitely the truck boogies. I mean, the bearing, I don't feel any weird things in the driveline, and the truck hooks and books, and there's no leaks from the rear axle or rear diff. It's just the noise. And people said, you know, it'll drive fine. You can even keep changing your fluid. I'm still waiting for an additive to arrive so I can pop it in there and see if it changes anything at all. But overall, they said it's just gonna drive until it maybe one day blows, and that's not super fun. Alright, so I grabbed some Liqui MOS2 anti-friction for gears. I thought this tube would be a little bigger, because if you buy the anti-friction for like your engine, they send you a bigger quantity. Technically it says it's supposed to reduce gear noise and whine and smooth out shifting, protects gears from pitting, scuffing, binding, overloading, etc. Treats up to 2.5 quarts, so that's exactly what we have in the truck. So let's get this side of the rear axle up so no fluid comes out when I take out the drain or fill plug, and we're gonna put this in there. All right, as I thought, nothing's coming out. That's good, because we angled it that way. And let's just squish this tube of anti-moss, anti-friction down in there. Maybe I'll add some fluid as well, just to have ample fluid in here. Do the little toothpaste tube trick, roll it up, get every last bit of it out in there. Whew. It's definitely that Liqui style color, the same color as the MOS2 that you put in the engine, in their little liquid cans. Good stuff overall, good stuff. All right. All right, first initial rip after the additive from Liquimoly in the Diff. It's called the MOS2. So far, still sounds the same. I have the rear window open. You could probably hear my Diff whine come across a little bit on video. Let's see if it works itself in there. Heat cycle the fluid a little bit and see what happens. Let me know how you like this forehead mount. It definitely swivels with my head, and so anytime I look around, for example, you guys get thrown left and right, and so I need to train my brain to not move my head as much. Let's see. I don't know what's going on, but we got a lot of protesters out in town today. Everyone's giving them honks and stuff. What if we give them a little taste of the EcoBoost power? I have seen some cool muscle cars give a rip past protesters and everyone's like, woohoo, because they think, you know, I think like car guys will use any opportunity or reason to give their car a rip. Everyone's honk honk and the car guys are like vroom vroom. Definitely like hundreds of people. The senior citizens. Oh. Yeah, here we go. Is the coast clear? Give them a taste of the glory. See what it tastes like. Wow, it's like in the middle of the road. I do see a lot of old folks just like stepping out into the road. It's a little bit dangerous. Take it easy. Ice out. Free Palestine. All the above. No king, no dictator. Where's the lower gas prices signs? That's the one I'm worried about. Perfect time to be driving turboed V6, V8 vehicles. I think the Diff has gotten a little quieter with the fresh fluid and the additive, but it's not fixed, that's for sure. There's no liquid that can restore bearings, so to speak. I'm sure there's liquids that can help soothe your bearings or keep them healthier longer, but you know, all things considered, I'm probably gonna have to future-wise get this Diff rebuilt, figure out something. It'll drive, I'm sure it'll be fine, but long trips, just hearing the howl from the back, it's kind of gets tiring on the ears. But then I just blast the music louder. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully your Raptor rear diff runs strong and healthy, way past 40K miles. Could be a hit or miss. Who knows how they put these things together? Built for tough. Tough to live with, yeah. I love to joke about Ford, but I like my Ford, so I can joke about it. And I own one. Peace out. Take care.